Today we will read chapter number 8, The Holy Panchayat. Juman Sheikh and Algu Chaudhary were very close friends. They were partners in farming. Some of their dealings were also done jointly. Their friendship began when they were boys, and Juman's father, Jumrati, was their tutor. Juman had an old aunt who had some property, but no other near relation than Juman. Juman had requested her to transfer this property in his name until the transfer deed had been registered. The aunt was pampered, but this came to an end as soon as the transfer deed was stamped. Now the poor aunt had to swallow bitter words every day. At last, she said to Juman, "Son, I can't carry on like this. You pay me a sum every month and I shall live by myself." Juman said rudely, "Do you think we grow money here?" The aunt was upset. She threatened to call the panchayat. Juman laughed heartily, like the hunter who laughs to himself as he watches the deer walking into his trap. He said, "Why not? Call the panchayat by all means. Let things be decided once and for all." One evening, the panchayat gathered under a tree. The members of the panchayat sat down and the old woman presented her case. Ramdhan Mishra, many of whose clients had been won over by Juman, said, "Juman Mian, choose your panchayat members. Decide just now. Afterwards, you will have to accept their judgment." Juman said, "The words of the panchayat is the word of Allah. Let my aunt choose anyone she wants. I have no objection." The old woman said, "Hope you trust Algu Chaudhary. I accept him as the Sarpanch." Juman was delighted, but hiding his feelings, he said, "Let it be Algu. For me, Ramdhan and Algu are the same." Algu didn't want to get involved in this. He said, "Khala, you know that Juman is my close friend." The old woman said, "Son, no one barters his iman for friendship. God resides in the heart of a panch. Whatever the panch says is the word of God." Algu said, "Sheikh Juman, you and I are old friends, but at this moment you and Khala are equal in my eyes. You can put forward your case before the panchayat." After listening to both the parties, Algu announced the judgment. "Sheikh Juman, the panchayat has considered this matter. To us it looks fair and just that Khala Jan be given a monthly allowance. We are of the view of that the property is valuable enough to provide Khala Jan a monthly allowance. This is our decision." Juman was stunned to hear this decision. This judgment shook the very basis of Algu and Juman's friendship. The old intimacy was gone. The success in doing a good deed takes a long time to come, but not so in the case of bad deeds, and the opportunity to get back at Algu came to Juman very soon. A year ago, Algu had purchased a handsome pair of oxen from Batesar. The oxen were of the Pachen breed. Out of pure chance, one of the oxen died just a month after Juman's Panchayat. Juman said to his friends that Algu had been punished for trickery. One may rest content, but God from above keeps watch on our good and bad deeds. Algu, on the other hand, began to suspect that Juman had poisoned the ox. Algu finally decided to set off the other ox. A trader named Samju Sahu bought the ox. As soon as he bought it, he began to drive it hard. He made 3 to 4 trips every day without caring to feed the animal properly. One day on his 4th trip, Samju put a double load on him. The ox collapsed and did not rise again. Who would pull the cart now? He was burning with anger. He had sold many sacks of gur and many tins of ghee and was carrying about 250 rupees with him. In addition, there were a few sacks of salt and tins of oil on the cart. He couldn't leave them here. Helpless, he decided to spend the night in the cart. In the morning when he got up, he found his money and some of his tins stolen. He reached home wailing and weeping. When his wife heard the story, first she cried and then started cursing Algu for having sold them a useless ox. Many months passed. Whenever Algu went to their house to ask for the price of the ox, both husband and wife would start abusing him. Finally, they decided to go to the Panchayat. The Panchayat began its meeting. Ramdhan Mishra said, "Why waste time? Let us elect the 5 members. Come, Chaudhary." "Whom do you elect?" Algu said in a humble voice. "Let Samju choose." Samju stood up and said sharply, "I choose Juman Sheikh." An awareness of the burden of responsibility often alerts our narrow outlook. When we lose our way, this awareness shows us the light. Juman Sheikh also became conscious of such a responsibility. The moment he was given the high office of the Sarpanch, he realized that at this moment he was seated on the highest throne of justice and righteousness. Whatever he uttered now would be the word of God, and any prejudice of his mind must not contaminate that voice. He must not deviate even a bit from truth. He announced the judgment. Algu Chaudhary and Samju Sahu, it is proper that Samju should pay the price of the ox. The ox was not suffering from any disease when he brought it. If the price had been paid, then Samju would not have been able to raise this question. Algu Chaudhary was overjoyed. He stood up and shouted, "Victory to Panch Parmeshwar!" This was echoed from all sides. Victory to Panch Parmeshwar! Everyone admired Juman's judgment. This is justice. This is not the work of man. God himself resides in the Panch Parmeshwar. At the end, Juman came to Algu and, embracing him, said, "Ever since you had given the judgment against me, I had become your enemy. But today I have realized that while sitting on that seat of judgment, you are no one's friend or foe. You cannot think of anything except justice." Translated from Panch Parmeshwar, written by Munshi Premchand. About the author. Munshi Premchand was born in the year 1880 and he died in 1936. He was a prolific Hindu-Urdu writer of India. He used to write novels, poems, and dramas. His works focus on the common, ordinary people and are free from the grandiloquence which could be seen in the works of other writers. He wrote about realistic national and social issues like corruption, poverty, child labor, and so on. Some of his famous works are Godan, Seva Sadan, and Gaban. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.